Hi and welcome to this week's makeup masterclass. Today is all about face and body painting techniques, and today we're going to be looking at the petal. It's probably a technique that you won't use very often, but it's a really good one to have up your sleeve if a client asks for a floral design, something kind of relating to spring or summer, and it's just quite a good technique to have in general if you want to animate a really basic makeup design in a really pretty way. I'm going to show you how to do it today with your own makeup brushes. Often makeup artists don't have brushes that face and body painters will use, so I'm going to try and help you find a way to do the same thing using your eyeshadow brushes. So first of all, I'm going to take a red pencil and I'm just going to line the top of her eyes like this, quite thick. And then I'm going to do the same just on the waterline in the middle like that. And then I'm going to take a black pencil. I'm going to do the inside and the outside in black like this. And I'm going to take the Byredo Prismatic palette because it's got a really great solid red colour in it. And I'm just going to take that colour and I'm going to just pop it into the middle of her eyelid like this. And kind of blend it outwards. And then I'm going to just sort of wipe the excess red off and then take a taupey colour like this. And I'm just going to mix that in to the red and the black just to try and sort of blend them together a little bit like that. So you want a nice blend from the red out into the darker shade. You can always take a little clean brush and just blend that out. And you basically just want to keep adding pigment, the red and the taupe, until you get a really kind of perfect blend between them. So I'm going to add a little bit more red now, blend it back into the taupe. And I'm adding a little bit of black just to get that a little bit denser. So when you've done that, you can really go for it with the mascara, make the lashes really lovely and black, nice and thick. And if you wanted to, you could also use a fake lash and cover the lashes in a little bit of black and red nail varnish before you apply them, just to kind of give them a nice tint and make the lash really tie in with the colour scheme in the eyes. Today I'm going to use a little bit of red acrylic. I'm just using a MAC acrylic paint pot, and I'm going to brush the centre of the eyes with that, like that, really carefully. Careful so it doesn't go into the model's eyes, but again, it just helps to reinforce that colour scheme. So now I'm going to add a little bit of glitteriness just to the inner corners and the outer corners, so you get that really nice kind of teary wet look. And I'm just going to take a little bit of lip balm, go for the sort of stickiest lip balm you can, and I'm going to take a little brush and I'm going to just pop it just on the outer corners like this. And I'm going to use this black Kryolan glitter and I'm just going to press it on like that. So the next step to this look is to create these fine petals that I'm just going to place on the outer corner of her eyes. I'm going to take this brush, it's a MAC 224 brush, and you can see it's quite fluffy, which is great, but really we want to create that really fine point, because that point is what you're going to be using to create the first stage of the shape. So when you load your brush, make sure you don't just load it like this, but you roll it. And by rolling it, you will create a really nice fine point that you can then go into the face and paint with. So first of all, I'm going to take a red chroma cake. I'm going to put some water on my brush, and then I'm going to try and really coat the brush in as much red paint as I can. So you don't want it to be too watery, you want it to be sort of quite tacky, so you can see that it starts to almost hold its shape. So you coat the brush like that, and then I'm going to take a black, this is a Diamond Effects black, and I'm just going to spray it with some water to activate it, and then I'm going to begin rolling just the very tip of the brush in the black. So I've kind of created that fine point that I was talking about. Next, I'm going to literally press the brush into her face. I'm not gonna drag it, I'm gonna press it down. So with the tip of the brush in the corner of the eye, you literally want to just press down. And there you create a petal that has a really nice black to red bleed through. And again, I'm gonna just take the brush and I'm gonna press down like that. And you can do that with any color. You can even load the brush with 3 colors, for example. So you could begin with a white, like this. Load that brush up, don't get it too wet. And then you could go into your red. I'm only loading half of it now. And then you could finish off with the black tip, like that. And let's just give it a go on, your face. Let's see what happens. Yeah, so you've got the white to the red to the black. Now, if you want to, another way of making your line really, really sharp is to actually draw the first part in with a black eyeliner. So for example, I could draw the first part in, so I get that really nice thin line there, and then go in afterwards over the top of it with this. So you get a really nice long stalk. And then you could even take your little black eyeliner and just draw some tiny details into the petals like that. I'm just gonna go back in with my taupey color and just kind of blend the ends of them back into the eye, like that. And then if you wanted to go even further and make it even more of like a kind of fairy tale vibe, you could take a green and draw in some lovely little vines that kind of play and intertwine with the petals. So I'm just gonna take a little skinny eyeliner brush like this. And then I'm just gonna begin to weave the green around, taking it through behind the petals, cut through the eyebrow here and around the eye. And then you can add some tiny little micro petals to that stem. So I'm just gonna go back in with that little eyeliner brush, and I'm kind of gonna use the same technique I did with the petals by just pressing down like that and creating a really cute little leaf like that. And I'm just gonna work my way around, adding on just some sweet little leaves. So keeping with the spirit of this look, I'm just going to use a nice kind of glossy red just in the center, like that. And then I'm just going to buff it out using my finger, just go, for me. Just patting it sort of either way, like that. So hopefully now you should be able to go away and recreate a petal design. Really great if the client asks you for something floral related or, you know, summery. And if you can go and get yourself a petal brush, it will change the way that you paint and work with paints because it's a lot finer and more detailed. Today I've showed you how to do it using your own eyeshadow brushes, but if you want to get it really perfect, go and buy a petal brush. So I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial and I will see you next week.